Hello, Andy from Cornish Motorcycle Diaries here, and in this video I'm going to take you on a little test run on my BSA with a new headlight bulb installed. Now, if you've been following this channel, you will know that I previously installed a LED bulb which I bought over the internet. I think it was from Amazon. And it was a bit dodgy, to say the least, because the packaging said it was a motorcycle bulb, so that should have been a bit of a giveaway. Anyway, on testing it, and I'll put a link at the end of this, it did show that it really actually made the lighting worse. Although the colour was brighter, the beam pattern was very poor indeed, and I didn't feel safe at all with that setup. So I reconsidered, and on the advice in the comments from my previous video, thank you very much for that, I bought a Xenon bulb which claimed to be 50% brighter. But was it 50% better? How much difference did it make? Well, this will show you, at least to some extent. But as they say, the proof of the pudding is in the eating, and in actual fact, the very first test was probably the most difficult of all, because this was the local road to me, unlit, unmarked, and sometimes prone to fast-moving vehicles arriving from the nearby main road. How did the light do? Well, not too brilliantly, but at this point I hadn't adjusted it. You will see as we go on that I adjust the position of the bulb and things get better. Just at the moment though, things are not great. So I stopped briefly and adjusted the headlamp up to some degree. You'll see more of this later. So now we pick up the story as we exit the roundabout, as I come out of my local road onto what is an unlit but well marked road with cat's eyes and markings by the edge of the road. And this is quite manageable as long as it's straight. Certainly I have no trouble with this, but if you're in somewhere with much more marked deviations, bends, other obstacles, this might not be quite so pleasant. It's also worth pointing out here that the camera tends to give a false impression of how light it is, and therefore I've had a stab at adjusting that to match as near as possible what my experience was. But you will understand that this is only an approximation, and of course that can't also replicate the temperature, the wind and other variables such as external noises. On exiting the 60 miles an hour section, we then come to a 40 mile an hour section, which was much less well marked and was accordingly a little bit more difficult to manage. But as the speed limit was only 40 miles an hour, it was manageable. But you begin to see that even with a better spread of beam, that the cut-off point is quite close to you on dip. And of course you can't have it on beam all the time because of the other vehicles on the road. On dropping down off the unlit 40 mile an hour section, we come to a 30 mile an hour section which is well lit by high mounted street lights. We have lit street furniture and fairly clear road markings. Well, mostly fairly clear road markings, but certainly quite easy to navigate with good road surface to boot. So not a significant problem at night at all. But I decided that I could adjust the headlight a little bit more and see whether that adds any benefits. As you can see, I think that made quite a significant difference, at least at standstill, to the beam and the pattern. Let's see if in real world conditions it matches up. Returning to our previous scenario of the unlit road 40 miles an hour limit, I think you can immediately see is that the beam is thrown much further and that the road furniture is better lit, the sides of the road are better lit, but of course you've still got to go on jet beam for a great proportion of the time. But I think it gives you enough of a split second advantage in terms of thinking time to help you prepare for the next manoeuvre, and I think that is more relaxing and therefore safer. Given that the adjustments seem to be making positive benefits in terms of not only lengthening the throw, but the beam pattern seemed to be pretty much maintained, I felt that it was worthwhile trying a little bit further adjustments. So let's see how that transpires. So for my final set of tests, I simply returned to the unlit 40 mile an hour section of road, and then I tried the same setup on another section of unlit 40 mile an hour road, and then at the end of that I decided to go back home, and the final section was on my unlit section, the very first bit that I actually tested the headlight on. And I think I'll leave it up to you to decide whether you think it was better for yourselves, but for me, I'm pretty much convinced that how I finished with the headlight setup was best for me. But there are some other things to take into account, and number one, of course, is other road users. So you may have the beam and headlight set up to suit you, but if it's set up illegally, so it's pointing too far up, you could be liable for a fine if you were stopped. Highly unlikely, I should think, but certainly you could be getting angry other drivers who might then be flashing you, and in which case that would eliminate any benefit from having a brighter setup. As an addendum to all this, the final say must go to the law, and in this case I took my bike for its MOT only a few days ago. I have not yet had the opportunity to test it under nighttime conditions, so I will put an addendum or comments below if there is any significant difference, positive or negative. So, what are my conclusions about changing your headlight bulb for either an LED or a Xenon one or whatever's available? Well, before we do that, please like, comment and subscribe. That helps us fight the YouTube algorithm, gives the channel better exposure, and helps me deliver better content to you. So, what I do think is it's actually even more important to get your headlight adjusted than the kind of bulb that you are using. Okay, a brighter bulb makes some difference, but I think a greater difference is made by the position of the headlight, and so it's doing the job it's supposed to, rather than pointing either up in the sky or down at your feet. Well, on that bombshell, let's end this video. Thank you so much for watching. I've been Andy, or Captain Clumsy from Cornish Motorcycle Diaries, and I think I might need to get some more lights really, because the bulb is still a bit dark. Still, never mind. Thank you so much for watching once again, and see you in the next one. Bye for now.